All right, folks, this video is going to update the BIOS on this Gigabyte A520m S2H. Now, previously we did the BIOS update through the BIOS. In this video, we're going to use the BIOS flashback button. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first thing we're going to do, folks, go to Google or whatever other search engine you might use. Type in Gigabyte A520m S2H and select this link. Select support. Now in the other video, I didn't grab the most up-to-date BIOS because I wanted to be able to do this second video. But just like in that video, I would say, grab the most up-to-date BIOS, which is this one at the top, right? So when you download it, you'd go to downloads on your computer, and then you're going to right click on the file, extract all, and then there is the BIOS file. Now, before we do that though, usually with the BIOS flashback version, you have to rename the file. So we're going to click on manual right here, and then we're looking for, if there is another version. Well, we'll pull up the manual. Hopefully this one has it. So newer ones, if you had a newer motherboard, the literature's set up a little differently. And so one of the things we need for this BIOS flashback, see there's the Q Flash Plus. We need to know which BIOS port or USB port to stick it in. So little h is the button. Then we have to figure out which USB is dedicated to it, assuming there is one. There we go. So it is, and we might have to zoom in here if we can. Okay. So it's letter G. We go back to this. Letter G is the one to the left of the flashback button, all right? So unlike the other ones, it doesn't say anything about renaming it. So just be careful if you do this in the future with a different motherboard, that there may be differences in how you do this, and definitely with different brands. But you can see what we're going to do here. Save the latest BIOS on a USB thumb drive, plug it into the Q Flash Plus port, and then you can flash the BIOS automatically. So the other thing you usually have to do is put it in the root directory. This says nothing about that. All right, so now we're going to copy that BIOS file over. I'm going to delete the one that's in here. And you can see what this says. It doesn't say copy the full folder over. They could be a little better with their directions. So from previous experience, we're going to say that we just want to grab the BIOS file. So you should see the revision number here. And you could do this if there's a 17 or 18 or 20 BIOS number that comes out. You'll see that number in the name. Now, just so you know, my thumb drive is formatted to FAT32. This is a Gigastone one. It is USB 2.0. And even though this is a huge one, it still works pretty good. Personally, I would recommend you get one that's just dedicated to this, 4 gigs, 8 gigs, USB 2.0, and formatted to FAT32, and you'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so as stated, we're going to go with the USB to the left of the flashback. So I've got to move a mouse out of the way. And we'll just plug that up there. And now this was the white one is your dedicated USB. The cable's not in the way, and you saw that. So we have to make sure our power supply is plugged in, and this is energized in this position, folks. All right, turn the light on. That's energized, that's off. Okay, from there we're going to come over here, we're going to press this button, and if all goes well, so surprise, surprise, having some technical difficulties. Either this button's dead or this doesn't work like the other BIOS flashback buttons that Gigabyte has that I've successfully done about 12 to 15 of. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, except to say this is probably different than the other version that I have. So I'm going to do some troubleshooting and hopefully we'll get this thing going. So interesting enough, just like I had done with the other ones, it does say right here, oops, of course we clicked on the wrong thing. It does say right here that you have to rename to Gigabyte bin. You know, nowhere in there, the manual, does that show up, in the unique features manual that's here does not exist. So we're going to try this and hope it works. So I'm just going to go into the file, rename Gigabyte BIN, and then delete everything after that. Are you sure you want to change it? Yes. So hopefully this will work, folks. All right, so take two, folks. Now I'm going to hit this button again, and there it goes. Now the light's flashing. So that should last 6 to 8 minutes. And on this one, nothing else is powering up. A lot of times you'll see that you'll have other components fire up, but in this case, nothing. So should take 6 to 8 minutes. And basically the only problem, folks, was the file name. All right, so I don't know that I'll edit that out. If I do, know that I followed the directions and it didn't work, and then I went back and found what's similar to the other BIOS updates I've been doing, which tells you to rename the file to gigabyte.bin. All right. So I'm going to pause this. When it's done, I'll reboot the computer and you'll see the BIOS is at F16. All right, so it's done, folks. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. And actually, it booted up on its own. So we're going to type in sysinfo on our search bar and open that up, and then there you go, right there, folks. Where's the mouse in the way? F16A. So it has been updated to the newest version. All right, thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.